We are here at the walls of Helm's Deep in today's Dawnless Days siege battle feud today. And a very, very nasty explosion is about to take place. And there it is. Oh my, the sappers have done their work. The breach is open and Helm's Deep is now very much open for attack. And yes, now we will see whether the elves of Lothlorien here can defend this breach. It is going to be one tough ask for them, but if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be these immortal warriors here. Are they sallying out? They look like they are, in fact. Oh my, okay, that's a little bit too much. I would say stand on the breach point, yeah, sure, but do not go into a sally out or anything like that. But here we go. Looks like, I mean, they sort of like maybe you can't position right in the breach point. Maybe Pathfinders will allow it. They're going to stand outside, which, I mean, if anything, that makes it easy. Just side shot them with arrows. As you can see as well, archers on the walls are already outside of fire. Gladron bows here are blasting away. They look like they're focusing down. We've got half-orc spears here already getting absolutely blasted. And that should make for a very, very interesting fight on the walls if they get up there. As you can see, we have the shock infantry, the berserkers here fighting down with the elves of the Gladron. And we are here in a night battle again, so yes, it's a little bit dark. There isn't much I can do about it. I've slapped brightness up as much as I can. I mean, I've just got to endure until it's night battles, which are something to behold. Berserkers here dropping onto the wall, and looks like Rohan setting up early retainers to go up here, though they're not really engaging. This unit is, though. They're fighting White-Hand Stormers down here. But yes, we're back with one of Lord of the Rings' most iconic battles, the Battle of Helm's Deep. Probably is the most iconic, I'd say, battle in its own sense. Up there with Pelennor Fields. But yes, it's good to be back in some more like Lord of the Rings content. I do love the Dawnless Days mod. It really is slowly coming together and becoming a work of art. As Haldir's down at the bottom of the wall, he's shooting up onto it to, I guess, probably focus down these berserkers in the breach. Actually, now I think about it, or maybe the ones on the wall. I think there's a few. I don't know if there's any pathfinding issues going on, but there definitely was a big surge of troops trying to run through the breach point. I think there might be a pathfinding issue because once like a breach is opened, the attackers always want to go through that rather than use the siege equipment. Really silly Attila pathfinding issue. The elves are losing down here against the berserkers. No surprise, the berserkers are pretty damn tough, but they are getting focused down now. And they are finally getting, like sort of punished for being in the open. Though it's very cool to set them in first. It is how it happened in the movie. Like these guys went over the wall first. They kind of are also very vulnerable to arrows. These guys wearing literally no tops. Unless you're legless, you can't actually hit a berserker and bring him down. But it's these Gladron elves are pretty good at it. They killed most of that berserk unit there. As you can see, down to 14 men. Or 14 Uruks. What we've got over here, half-orc spears again also going on the wall. There's a lot of spears being brought. Whether it's just spare cash they have or I don't know, but yeah, they have they've got a lot of spears for some reason. This is a 3v2, by the way, so numbers are vastly in favor of the attackers. They have nearly sort of like the movie accurate amount of men. They have nearly 10,000 troops. They have 8,500 like troops, and we got, looks like here, what have we got in this? Dunland tribesmen. They're fighting guards and Mudasung. This is a really hard breach to show what's going on. But as you can see, Dunland tribesmen, they're not doing so well. But yeah, the defenders have around about 4,000 men themselves. So yeah, they have less than half of what the attacks have. But the attackers have already lost a good 700 troops in the assault. I'm really hoping that the defenders, I mean, we can't really see them. But you can see by the sort of like the icons here, we've got lots of PopeJohnPaul arms and stuff. I hope these guys are going to be making like a really cheesy last stand. If they do, I'm going to be disappointed because Helm's Deep's already tough enough as it is to assault as an attacker. It really is like, well, it's a literal fortress. It's designed as one. And the modders haven't, like, the devs have not changed it at all. This is still Helm's Deep very much. So it's a really tough place to assault because that's how it's designed to be. Back here, I've just realized we also have some cav. So we have Heir of the King's Mark, we also have King's Household Knights. So we've got some cav as well for open. So when they get off the walls, the Uruks, they're going to get charged by cav. And I don't think they brought anything themselves, so I should deal with that. Grenadier being sent up early as well. As you can see, going up the ramp. Maybe they're going to try and blast their way through the guards of Mudasselt. Interesting. And there is another sapper. So it looks like they're going to try and use that maybe there's a backup sapper in case they shot this one at the wall. Or maybe they're going to try and blow up something as the siege goes on. Maybe a polearm stack. You see the elves here have drawn their long swords and they're going into battle. Those wicked double-handed blades. But yes, if you want to see more Dawnless Days action like this glorious siege here that we have, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a commentary and support. It really does help out the channel. And if you've got any glorious Dawnless Days replays or want to get involved in any yourselves, then do send them into my Discord. The link's down below in the description, as always. A lot of troop movement going on back here. Looks like maybe someone's replenishing ammo. Haldir might be doing that. There's another one here. My gosh. Yeah, the elves have really resupplied up with these Solari arrows, which is cheesy enough as it is. I feel like they're already, like, this is why, like, it has to be a 3v2. And I think we have one Rohan and, yeah, one Gladrim elf. And it makes sense because everyone's just going to spam out archers and you're going to resupply. Like, look at this up here. We've got a Helm gas, just rank on rank. You don't need to bring good infantry. Just have a load of archers. Helm gas focusing down the Grenadiers. They're already taking damage to the Grenadiers. They just need to keep running forward. If you're this Isengard player, just do not flinch. Just keep running forward. Once you get sort of hit here, it's going to be pretty difficult for the defenders to actually shoot you. And they've only killed 7 anyway. They've done a very good job of these Grenadiers of staying alive. But now fall back other things. Pull back. I mean, I think we've got pikes in here. I can't see the marker, but I can see the pikes themselves. We've got pikes, we've got Uruk infantry in there, we've got the axes. They just need to pull some of that stuff back. Maybe just leave the Dunland axemen in there, and let the Grenadiers go to work. Just let them blow up those guards and move to Seld. That's all they need to do. Oh, someone else is firing. Oh, Erkenbrand's back there. He's firing. We don't even got a Helmingas. Sorry, we don't even got Theoden here. We've got Erkenbrand with his Helmingas bodyguard. A great shame, I won't lie. But I'd rather have Theoden here for the roleplay. And I love the White Hand Stormers as well in Testudo. It really does look like from the movie. But as they move up with like the ramp. What are the Grenadiers doing? Yeah, pull some stuff back, Isengard. That's all you need to do. Throwing more in is not actually achieving anything. You need to pull stuff back so the Grenadiers are then safe. The Urukai infantry also trying to block the Grenadiers. Okay, I'm going to move on. If the Grenadiers throw, they throw. But it looks like the player's kind of struggling to get them off. I'm not really sure. Though we have got some guys getting off the walls here. Berserkers have managed to get off. They are now fighting just in the open ground against more shock infantry. And it looks like they are losing. This is a fresh elven shock infantry. They're cutting down those poor Berserkers. But the Berserkers will fight to the last man. Makes them a pain. Makes them a problem. I mean, they're already nearly at last man. 9 out of 90 left. And we've got another unit, Urukai infantry, going off the wall. Actually, a lot is going off this wall now. Yeah, this is a... they've evidently been successful here. They killed the Rohirrim that were defending that wall. And they have a way off. So that is good. And it looks like they're going to kill off a few more early retainers here. And also Westfold axes as well. We do have Warriors Varda to mod on. I'll leave a link for it down below in the description if you want to check it out. Adds a whole bunch of new units for certain factions, including Rohan getting shock infantry, which I feel like for this scenario probably not needed. I feel like Rohan does not need its shock infantry. They already have insane defenses, and you rely on shock infantry from the elves. That's what you do. And then the elves rely on Rohan to bring like spears instead of the elves bringing spears. But there you go. Grenades still haven't gone off by the looks of it. They're down to 60 out of 80 of them. They are slowly being shot. Yeah, my gosh, we have 2 pike units in it. They are really blobbing up. They are having a blob-itis issue there. You do not want to be blobbing up at all. Because all you're doing is just tiring units out and you're making it perfect targets for, I mean, if there's enemy grenadiers, which there aren't any, but if Isengard was in the defense, they'd just blow all this up. So yeah, they need to really pull some stuff back, let the grenadiers do their work, otherwise those grenadiers are just going to be wasted. And they have got a second, but you still don't want to waste a single grenadier. They are literally game changers. Looks like the breach is still being held though. I mean, they've lost a spear unit in the wall, like in the fight, sorry, but they're still holding the breach point, as you can see there. I don't really know why people insist on playing Helm's Deep in the dark. If you're gonna send a Helm's Deep replay in, please do it in the daytime. It makes it so much easier. It really does. Like I can understand. We can pretend it's dark at night. We don't need to actually see it literally at night because the Till at night is just terrible. Here we go. Household Knights are going in for a charge here. Uruk infantry peeling off. There you go. In goes the Cav. That is Rohan's Cav. Smash on it. Like we can't even see these guys here. Can't even see them. There's a shadow of the wall. Another charge over here. More Household Knights charging an Uruk infantry, a healthy unit as well. Well, it was down to 99 now and dropping. Revenge for Theodred and for the Westfold and for all those other innocents killed by Saruman's tyranny. And to be honest, that Uruk infantry was probably pretty finished. Cav is doing a pretty good job. I mean, if the Cav is successful in holding back these guys, they could try and sally out, I guess. They wanted to give it a go. They could do. Looks like they are pulling some stuff back. Still, the Grenadiers haven't fired, though. My gosh, let's get the pikes out of there. Like, what are they achieving? I actually don't know if they are really achieving anything. I mean, there's so many reserves as well, it doesn't really matter. You can't really see. Guards moved themselves. I have lost 30 men, but I mean, in a matter of minutes, they could lose a lot more if. And there's Galadrim polearms in here as well. So yeah, they are just polearm stacking this, which is why the Isengard players also having to send pikes in. Just blow it up with Grenadiers. That's all you need to do. Oh, archers here though for Isengard, already dead. And still have a lot of ammo. Get the crossbows onto the wall. Crossbows on the wall, and then the Cav will stop charging. Or it'll start to die if it carries on charging. That's what needs to happen next.
The enemy refuses to admit defeat. Their unit has rallied.
Cav again, just still sort of trying to kill off these Uruk infantry here.
The men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
I mean, they've pretty much killed them off. They've taken barely any losses as well, which is great to see. Now they're going to sandwich this other Uruk infantry here that's fighting the Knights of the King Mark. The King's Mark, which is more of a melee Cav. It's also tier 3 rather than tier 4. I think it used to be tier 4. Maybe it did. I always imagined it as tier 4, so it looks exactly the same as a Household Knight. There you go, they're going to squash and kill that Uruk infantry off pretty easily. I mean, the crossbows can arc, I guess, actually, so they don't need to actually go onto the wall now I think about it. The crossbows, if they go onto the wall, then they can fire even further, I guess. But there you go, Isengard's sort of in. He's pretty much taken that lower level. It's the easiest part to take. It's why I feel like they should throw more down there, should the defenders really. Should have thrown more down there. Not now, they won't, because it's lost. But they're going to just defend these choke points. And it's going to be pretty, just pretty disappointing. I feel like, unfortunately. You can see the fight continues on in there. And the grind begins. I just need to see those grenadiers get thrown. I mean, they're down to 41. Like, we have been here since, like, been checking in on them since they've arrived here. And, yeah, these guys are dropping. So, I mean, they'll still throw off plenty of grenades, get lots done. But they need to, they do need to start falling stuff back. I can't reiterate it. I'm just saying. I think in the desperate hope they might do it. We've got more elves coming down, which is good to see. I honestly feel like the elves should not be allowed to go into that final piece to start with. So there shouldn't be elves in here. Elves should all just fight here at the deeping wall. Like, make it more movie accurate. Also, it stops pike stacking from that, well, polearm stacking from happening. Berserkers, they're about to get squashed there. As you see, Wyatt and Stormer's going to try and countercharge. I mean, they just need to get some pikes in here or some spears of their own. They lost most of their spears, ironically going over the wall, which they left them for those. I've got some pikes. Sudden those in there, they'll stop any sort of cav charges. But right now, yeah, Rohan is just absolutely destroying poor Isengard down here. They haven't even got a Warg Rider. I'm surprised. There you go, squashing. I mean, now that there are Wargs available, if you're playing against Rohan, you're probably going to get some sort of cav use against him. Wargs probably are pretty useful to bring. I know you're like, you don't send them into the reach point, but now, at this point, they'd be great to bring in. You could just help pin down some cav units. I mean, we've got Uruk in here, and he's now trying to fight against all this cav. The cav is dying, but it's going to have got more than enough kills.
The enemy has obliterated
Oh, the elves did just pull back.
unit.
I thought they were going to fight down here, but no, they are just falling back up this hill. Come on. And the elves have so much left. I don't know, like,
The enemy
they have lost like
units.
1,000, nearly 2,000. Yeah, like sort of more like 1,700. But yeah, that's not like that much to lose. Like, you can hold for ages with minimal amounts of troops here. Again, I mean, the Grenadiers, if they just blew up at that breach point, then it would really quickly sort of damage the sort of the defense here of the defenders. They'd have nothing. Erkenbrand's already out of ammo. That's a good sign as well. A lot of these units are running out of ammo, so they're not going to have archers to rely on, which is good. The elves, though, have plenty of ammo. Haldir is still got ammo. Has he just gone down and resupplied? I think he has. He's on rapid advance. He might have resupplied. I don't know. They have archers up here, but still with ammo, so that's going to be a real pain for Isengard if they want to try and use their crossbows, which are already getting shot. And as you can see here, the cav, the household knight's been chased off. I mean, just set up a crossbow just somewhere and just start shooting at it. Don't try and chase it. And there you go. We're sort of through the first phase of this siege. The deeping wall has been lost. It's now onto the Hornburg itself. And the fight continues down here. I mean, it's not really easy for me to show you what's going on, but it's going on. In there. There are now a couple of options for where the attackers can go. They can go, Uruk infantry can go through these doorways here, which again are being stacked up with troops. So we've got guards moving to Westfold Axis holding here. That is where you can go through as one of the spots. Or yes, you can go all the way up this long ramp here and you can attack. It looks like we've got what we've got in there. Galadrim, Heroes of Amon Lank in there as well. So we've got the elite spears waiting for the elves in the darkness, and we also have Galadrim Spear Warriors as well. And then also, if that wasn't enough, we have bows ready to shoot into the flanks of the Uruks here. I mean, the Uruks have lost a lot that I don't think you need to cheese it too much. They've lost, yeah, half their army. They've lost 4,000 troops already. So yeah, I don't know if you're going to need to really cheese it too much. If I was a defender. If anything, I'd be like, I would have said, like I said, sent more down. I'd have set up all the Elven army down there, the whole Elven army down there, fighting on the walls, wherever it needs to be. I'd have then just had, and maybe most of Rohan, and then just like have a tiny bit of Rohan army left. I think when you should do the Helm's Deep, there should be set rules of sort of like max 10 units in the Hornburg at any one time or something like that. And that includes like archers on walls. That makes you really think about stacking up archers up here. Because you could so easily hold this with like very little, and you can make the attackers bleed elsewhere so easily. Like, the only place you need to hold like is here. Put a guard on Mudacel there. That's going to hold for a long time. And then also you just have to hold at this breach point basically. And then yeah, you could have some. This isn't. I wouldn't count this as the Hornburg, so you could have as many troops there as you want to hold that point. But then they can't retreat back into the safety of the Hornburg. So yeah, so I think that's how I would do it potentially, because I just feel like otherwise, yeah, if you're just going to stack up the Hornburg like this, you're not really showing skill. And I'm not trying to like badmouth the defenders too much. They are in a 3v2. I can understand why they maybe felt like they need to do it. But if they actually looked at like how many they've killed, they've done a really good job. They don't need to like have loads of troops stacked back here. I mean, they can't now. They are fully going into an offensive. I certainly wouldn't, as the elves start firing into this. We can't see what's going on down there, so I'm not going to even attempt to show it. But we have got Uruk infantry, berserkers fighting in there against heroes of Amon-Lank. But yeah, I certainly wouldn't be. I'd certainly be trying to counterattack somewhere. I maybe would charge down here, try and fight back for the walls. That would be kind of fun, because I think they've got the elves to do it. They've got heroes of Amon-Lank, which are a really good aggressive speed unit. They've got shock infantry as well for Rohan and swords for Rohan, so they could do it absolutely, and would not hurt them one slight bit. There are still lots of healthy Uruks down here, granted, and the Grenadiers, but still, Balance Power is saying that they're not going to do well. They're not going to win, or that victory's not in their hands. But I don't know. I feel like just with how defensive Helm's Deep is I'm really backing the attackers to do well here, because I feel like the defenders, you know, always win on Helm's Deep, and have a really hard time with the attackers always have a really hard time with winning this one. And again, the Grenadiers still haven't fired. I mean, that's on the attackers. This unit still has not fired. 32 of them left now. Like, sure, at 31 and going down. He's realizing that this is a problem. The pikes are in it, yes. Pull stuff back. Just pull them back. Like, his Dunland tribesmen are finally broken. Those guys definitely were sort of the chaff that you needed to leave in to keep alive. 27. And we are now seeing serious blobbing going on here from Rohan as well. Like, the kills that they could get would be incredible. So that's a massive loss there, really. And the attack begins here, but it looks like it's just tiny. It's just the remains of a berserker unit. You can see one of them bravely fighting there. And there you go, easy dealt with. You're going to need to send a little bit more than that up there. What else is going in next? Uruk infantry maybe. We've got a lot of like really tiny little berserker units. So, and they've really spent a lot of cash on these on all these berserkers. They brought a lot of them. Clearly went for their full berserker quota. So lots of swords to send in, which is good to see. Pikes could potentially be great, but I think they're going to just focus them down. Grenadiers are moving forward. If they use the grenades, great. If they're just going to stand here with like the other player did, don't bother, because there's elven archers waiting for you. And these boys up here, they will blast you. Look at them. Looking glorious. Fire when ready. Aim for between the neck and under the arms, where the armor's weakest, or something like that. As with most armor, to be honest, it's a very silly line when you think about it, because that's where everyone's armor is pretty weak. Berserkers immediately go, Grenadiers going straight back down the hill. I don't know what the plan is here, what they're trying to do. It looked like the elf tried a bit of a counterattack. They pulled back the spear warriors, which is kind of them. I don't know if that's just a nicety by the player, because as it is, Heroes of Amon-Lank going to be a tough cookie. Maybe they were worried about the Grenadiers. They were just falling them back. I don't know if the grenades could throw far enough that they could hit the second line, because then you could still hit those pole arms and the swords as well, the shock infantry. But nope, they're going to fall back. I think just use them all by this sort of ramp over here. I think the huge ramp is where you got to throw them in. And yeah, now finally they've fallen everything back. Now the Grenadiers need to throw. Why haven't they done this so much earlier? Pikes are rushing in. Are they going in without pikes? So they did. Yeah, the pikes went in without their pikes up. Or it looks like they did. They're going right into melee. They just kind of rushed in. And they're charging in against Guards Mudaseld and also another polearm in there. And there's once they get through the first polearm, there's another polearm ready. Like, how many polearms are you going to bring, elves? They've got 4. Going off my count. Again, just base all like rules. I know that like some people are like, and there you go, they actually are making offensive. There you go, Rohan's going to charge down. I like that. Good. Rohan should be. Even it up. And there you go. A proper fight is taking place. But yeah, really, like, I hate, like, so like, oh, Rohan can't bring any polearms, so I'll bring his quota of polearms, so I bring 4. That's not how it works. Rohan hasn't got polearms because they'd be terrible. And you've got really good polearms. So yeah, I feel like elves should, usually it's 0, 2, 4 are the typical rules. 4 range, 2 pikes or polearms per army. That is it. So if anyone brings extras, it's a bit of a surprise. I mean, maybe they brought the extras because they'd be facing off against 6 pikes. And they could only bring 2 of their own, or like 2 pikes or polearms of their own. But still, I feel like the pikes are usually just going to get focused down anyway in Helm's Deep. They're just going to get killed. But this is better. This is, I don't know, it's probably better for Isengard, I'd say. Rohan's infantry, man for man, is much poorer than Isengard's. There is shock infantry in here, though, which might give him the edge. What's going in here? We've got Uruk. I presume everyone just brought Uruk. No White and Stormers. Maybe they, you know, kind of. Maybe they kind of did it pretty nice. They just bring like Uruk and then 2 generic generals. I can't see the other general actually. I presume there is another one, unless he's already been routed. Oh no, here he is. Lurtz. No, they kept. They brought Lurtz as well. Lurtz long dead at this point by Helm's Deep. Killed in the Fellowship, of course. But he's going to get nice side shots. So that might help. Shooting into a huge blob here. If they can kill this off, this will really sort of, you know, even out things, I feel like, a little bit. I mean, they could also, like I said, still just throw their grenades into the breach point. They do some work there. You can see Galadrim Spear Warriors, they're losing decisively. Galadrim's bows full of ammo. Erkenbrand's now in shield wall with his helmet gases, waiting for the inevitable. And as you can see, guards Mudasel, yeah, dying. They are dying to White Hand Stormers, so good for them. They are, yeah, slowly breaking through here. You can't really see what's going on, but the fighting is going to the White Hands of Saruman. The ominous White Hands. Oh, grenades being thrown. Grenades being thrown. Oh, they managed to get onto the wall here, and they're throwing them into this huge mass. Not a bad idea, actually. Don't know if they can throw whilst they're like mounted on the wall. Don't know if they can throw like along, or unless it's just off. I think they're gonna have to get off that wall again and try again. But there definitely was grenades thrown. Pretty sure. I think they used ever since like a couple of shots. And that was it. Lurtz is firing in there as well. Great. Yeah, they're holding back Rohan here with a lot less Uruk-hai. They're not losing at all. They are combat even. Grenadiers coming forward again? No, they are running back. They are scared of elven archers that look like they're up here. Haldir still has ammo. He just had war cry popped at him. And yeah, no surprise over here. They're not breaking through. If you are concerned, it's just way too many elves. Way too many elves into choke point. I don't really like if this choke point's really defended. I think if you're going to defend it, just put like 1 unit here. Really, like, and then just because I think that makes for another cool entry point. In. Yeah, if I definitely feel like needing to do a Helm's Deep again, and I feel like it needs to be. It's one of those, sadly, one of those few sieges that needs to be kind of heavily regulated or heavily like a lot of ruling put into it, because otherwise it can be quite unbalanced and not fun for the attackers. The defenders still have a great time. They'll gun down anything that comes towards them. But yeah, the attackers otherwise will have pretty much just no game. Archer fire, as you can see there. I mean, Lurtz is doing a great job, at least. He's using all his ammo very nicely, and he's killing, I think, all the shock infantry in here. As you can see, he's starting to waver and break. A lot of other units for Rohan are starting to lose in here, because their infantry is worse than Isengard's. Yeah, good thing that they did do a 3v2. I always feel like it does need to be like that as well, like a 4v3 or a 3v2. Because otherwise, poor Isengard would have no chance. Unless you're going to do Aemma's cav charge, which I always find, like, if you're going to do, also you kind of got to heavily regulate. But it's really hard for it to, like, be pulled off. And even still, that could arguably be part of your 4v3. You're going to have half an army of cav, because I wouldn't want to do a full army. Because inevitably, Isengard will just block this choke point and get everything else safely inside. The Grenadiers are moving, and the other Sapper hasn't been moved forward. I would use it if I was Isengard. Don't save it. Use it. Good to see, though. Rohan has sacrificed so much here. Again, blobbing. Maybe they should have done, but maybe they were like, you know what, we need to even this out. It's now 1,400 against 3,500. That is quite a big difference. And the Elves still hold all the nasty choke points, though. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, they've got to fight this one next. Once they've killed all those Rohirrim, they've got to get through here next, which the Elves are holding. Which is going to be tough. Rohan has a little bit of cav left and Erkenbrand, and that's pretty much it once... and also the guards moved to the gate, which have not moved. I feel like this battle as well that we're covering here today is quite, quite relevant with the new War of the Rohirrim movie coming out. And I feel like there is a battle at Helm's Deep in that as well. So that will be very, very cool to see. We'll have to maybe try and do that siege battle. Rohan keeps on fighting down and he's gonna slowly die. The Helmingas are in here, which is good to see. They're out of ammo. But yeah, they're fighting out. I think maybe they just have been debuffed, or maybe just because they're just having a great time. Because getting shot in the back by Lurtz. But they certainly seem like they're not as good as they used to be. But I think it's just getting shot in the back by Lurtz and crossbows here. Grenadiers have also shifted over here. Is this the same? No, this is the same unit that's been here for so long. Just start throwing your grenades, man. What are you waiting for? You could shoot the, you throw at the Heroes of Amalonk that are in reserve. Definitely in range. The other one's also coming up. It's going to make for a great archer target if these guys stand on top of each other. Pikes are broken. Yeah, now there's just a long line of stuff waiting as well, so this is not really achieving anything. He's making another great target here for Haldir, who I'm sure is going to move along and start shooting, at this Wayang Grenadier. It's at 56 now. We'll see what happens in a moment. It's certainly been targeted. It's 55 now. It's absolutely been targeted. Get under a Wayang Storm, it will be a lot tougher to kill. It's one of the few units that if you actually stand under it, like as a sword unit or a spear unit, you will get blocked. Like it will protect you, because it's got its test unit formation. There you go. Isengard victorious. They've held onto their walls that they've fought so hard for. Rohan just got butchered to a man. And now, Isengard can start the assault here into Helm's Deep. And here he goes. It looks like it's going to be Uruk infantry going in first. Evidently they're having some problems with pathfinding and just trying to throw the grenades. That's why you just put a weak unit into the choke point here. Put them on fire at will, and then just let them just do what they do. They'll blow up stuff. They'll blow maybe friend and foe, but there's a lot more friends than there are foes still at this point in the battlefield. Yeah, and they're still stacking up. And here we go. In they come through here. A bit dark. We'll do our best. See what's going on. See the heroes of Amon Lank in their silvery blue uniforms. Spot. Hit it in the, looking for anywhere that's basically illuminated by torches to where to look for. There you go, here's a man long, holding the line. And he's now just going to be quality over quantity, that question that's always asked. Neither side's losing, there's no surprise. The pole arms being very much ignored. Goblin men ruffians. I didn't realise we had any of those still here. Whether they can get pikes up, I don't know. I like how they put pikes to basically block off against the cav. That's good to see. The smart tactic there. I mean, just set up a little weak crossbow, because unless you're going to use the crossbow ammo, they might have actually used most of it. This one still has ammo. Just set that up, and that should be enough to shoot the cavalry. Yeah, this over here should not be attacked. It's just not going to be fun for anyone. I mean, there's no archers there now, but still, it's not going to be very fun. And looks like shock infantry gone in. Again, the elves just trying to, you know, force back the Uruk, going maybe slightly over the top. Again, I still think it's fairly in favour here. If it comes down to time, that's another thing. Isengard's got time against him. He's got to break through, because there is a timer. Yeah, it's not really much to say. There's not a lot really going on. It's just a bit of a grind fest now, as we just kind of wait for something to give. I mean, Isengard's just going to keep sending in infantry on both these flanks here. I don't think either of the grenades have gone off. This one's down to 23 now. Where's the other one? Oh, it's going right back down the ramp at 33. I mean, that's the problem. Once you're at the ramp, you're a bit more safe. Now you've got to go back up the ramp. That means you're going to get shot at again. And I don't think that second unit's going to get back up here. And we're going to see, I think we're going to see neither grenadier really throw anything here, which is a real damn shame, because the grenades can make all the difference in this battle. Isengard's pulled through, is what I was trying to say, as I was just joining. Isengard's pulled through. That's going to cost them that unit. The elves are shooting at it, and I'm sure they've got reserves that they can use to sort of charge out. Uruk and Brand could deal with it if you wanted to. And they haven't really got anything other than that, so Uruk would have to go down and deal with it. But yeah, I mean, Isengard's pulled through. I mean, I don't blame him, but also I don't think he should. He's like, it's just cheesy. Like, if you're gonna do it, it's just kind of like taking the fun out of the game for cheating. But I can understand why he might do it, because he's been frustrated. Helm's Deep's a horrible map. People are learning at least you learn the hard way. Then you don't. Why people don't play Helm's Deep very often. It's a horrible map to attack. Yeah, the soldier is still going to die. And they actually have managed to pull some Heroes of Amalek and also Shock Infantry. The Shock Infantry is going to go for a charge here. And they're going to just grab that sword from behind. And there you go. That's them pretty much dealt with. I'm going to make a quick cut, because I don't think really much is going to happen. Apart from these guys going to be grinding. And I can't really show you much of what's going to happen, like actually what's happening. Oh, are they making another solar pier? They are making another solar pier. Yeah, I will make a quick cut, and I will see you guys in a moment. When maybe we've had something actually progress, when something's actually like taken place, or where the Isengard looks like they're about to, well, they're running out of men, basically, put it like that. At the moment, 2,700 against 1,000. They've got it possibly within them. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a moment when maybe the Elven lines are starting to weaken. So, I am back. Sit rep. Nothing has changed. Isengard has pretty much just sent stuff in. And, yeah, as you can see, a lot of these troops... I mean, these spears have had... Amalek lost 10 men. The pole arms, yeah, like nearly 15. They've lost since they've been here engaged. Which is why I've not really, like, covered all of this. Because it's just grinding. It's not really content for you to look at. We'd just be all sat here for like 5 minutes just trying to find conversation. Trying to find things to talk about. It's the same over here. I think this is the same polearm that's been in this fight the entire game. It's 43 out of 100. It's just been here. This is why I feel like you need a heavily regulated Helm's Deep. You can never have a polearm in this game, because it will just stand there forever. Especially an Elven polearm at that as well. And why I also say the Elves should never be in this final defense, because it is just the Elves now in this final defense. Rohan has been thrown down, and I like the idea that they did counterattack to try and retake that, but the reason they did that is because they probably trying to make it look closer, but they didn't sacrifice the Elves. Oh no, they sacrificed Rohan. Rohan has go and died, as the Elves can enjoy their own enjoy Rohan's keep. But yeah, so yeah, it's not really changed. I was just kind of doing a sit reps. We didn't just kind of like just go from like a quick break to like a quick cut, and then we're at the end results. I'm going to make another cut, I think. As you can see, yeah, nothing's really changed here either. Heroes of Amalek still really healthy at 56 out of 85, 94. But yeah, it's not really changed too much. And Isengard's running out of reserves, as you can see here. We've got a White and Stormer, we've got Uruk infantry. The Grenadiers have done nothing as well. I've been very disappointed. I don't know what these guys were thinking about trying to do with them, or whether they're trying to find the perfect moment. In the end, they've had no moment. They're down to 22 and 19, wavering. They're probably going to break. The Pikes have had to be pulled out of these positions as well. So I don't know why the Cavs not tried to maybe make a strike for them or gone for a charge on the General, but maybe just not that bothered. Or maybe he's forgot about the Cav. He might be honestly AFK, because Rohan could play an AFK game now. He's got like one unit left, and his other infantry units just in this gate, and it's been there since the game's begun as well. Another reason why there should be polearms there. Like that Guard of Mooseld would not have stood as long as it has on its own, but it has stood that long because of the polearm support. We are seeing wavering elves, which is good, but it doesn't matter. The Heroes of Amalek is still here. So yeah, I'm going to make another cut, but I thought I'd just make give you guys a bit of a sit rep. I might make another sit rep as we get towards like, I don't know, 5 or so minutes left. But yeah, I can't see a lot really changing dramatically. If anything does, then obviously I will make, I will come back. But yeah, I will see you guys again in a moment. So we are back again, and it looks like the attackers have kind of just given up on playing by rule, and it looks like Lurtz again is pulling through. I mean, that's just going to be the death of Lurtz by doing this, but that's fine, I guess. At this point, I mean, I actually have had a look at the numbers. Numbers-wise, it's pretty close. 600 versus 1100, but it's 600 elves, you've got to think. And also, I don't know how much of that 1100 is really like actual infantry that's going to be able to break through. There's a lot of crossbows at this point, I would have thought, and also archers. We still have a very healthy half-orc axis being left on it. Well, I say very healthy. Pretty healthy, 119 men. It's not been committed somewhere. Yeah, we've got a lot of crossbows, 160 of them. Yeah, there's like crossbows actually in melee here with ammo. And I mean, at that point as well, it's also, they're not stretched. They're 650, and they've still got Uruk back here. We've still got a guard of Musel. We've still got Haldir with ammo. I wouldn't say they was exactly stretched. If they were like sort of in that final defense, I'd be like, yeah, fair enough. And they've got all of these troops here as well. I forgot about these guys. I've been left at the other choke point that are just like, yeah, just chilling there. And you can see actually, yeah, the elves are now charging down the Heroes of Aman-Lank, and they are going to try and take out those half-orc axes there.
The men flee the field of battle.
So yeah, so it's been a pretty easy siege, I feel like, in a sense, for the defenders. It's why I don't mind covering a Helm's Deep siege now and then. I'm just not gonna, obviously, it's one of those that needs to be like sort of like really highly regulated and how like good it is. Like on like sort of like you need to sort of regulate like rules, or like I said, so just like who can we wear, like elves just be down there if you're gonna do elves, or Rohan should be up here defending. If you're doing like a film one, if you're doing like just a custom game, which we have had in the odd Helm's Deep match where there's been just custom armies, so we've had a bit of some strange alliances. Can't really regulate it then, but again, you can still sort of regulate, like saying like max 10 units in the Hornburg. There you go, enemy general dead. I think that's Lurtz dead. He's just from pulling in and out of combat. But yeah, you can still regulate sort of like max 10 units in here. No pole arms or pikes defending that a choke point there. Doesn't mean you still couldn't like necessarily have them like here on the ram. That'd be fine. That's not wouldn't be a rule break. That's still a pretty horrible choke point that you'd have to fight through as well. You could have them elsewhere. You could have them like in the next archway, for instance, as well. But I just think if the attacker should be able to make some progress, and to actually like get to that final point. I mean, this is technically progress. This is a nasty choke point to try and break through, as is the other one. That's why I feel like you should have so much committed down to that final spot, because actually getting through these choke points, I mean, we've had the same two units, Heroes of Aman-Lank and Gladjam Spearrows, hold here forever. Arguably, yeah, you could say if Rohan was here, that wouldn't happen, but Rohan isn't here, so this doesn't really help my argument. But yeah, if Rohan was here, maybe it would be different in these. If you had two guards from Mudasel, it would still be pretty tough to break through, I'd imagine. I mean, he's got a guard from Mudasel here. It's one that's been alive since the very beginning of the game as well. That's been on the other gate. But yeah, there you go. We're about to see a bit of a master, I think, in a second here. It's a shame, but there you go. I mean, the defenders went for a really try-hard sort of game. I mean, they were in a 3v2 granted, but even still, I feel like they could have maybe after they like sort of decimated the attackers early on here. With the Cav as well, the Cav did such a great job of just charging around in here, doing so much damage. But yeah, after they did so much, I would have probably just like either sent more down to help fight down here, or like have all the elves go down and then have Rohan make this final defense, or just have like most of the elves go down and have like one or two elves left. But a lot of these pole arms as well. My gosh, just in the choke points they're in. The choke points themselves as it is are hard enough to take, let alone with an elven pole arm being in there. I hope you guys have enjoyed anyway. It's nice to be back at Helm's Deep. We don't cover it very often. And when we do, you get some pretty good ones. This is probably the first sort of, like, I'd say, miss for a Helm's Deep map that I've had sent in, like a Helm's Deep replay I've had sent in. I'd say most of the ones have been pretty good hits. I think it was still going to end up being very close. I just don't think like at any point that the defenders were sort of in jeopardy. But it is going to come down to 500 on either side. So it is going to be a close game on paper. just doesn't feel like it had the same vibe of being very close, just because the elves are just making that last stand. If it was Rohan making this last stand, I would felt like, yeah, that's super close, very impressive. Isengard, they made some mistakes. I can't say it's all the defenders made this too difficult. Isengard make it hard on itself. The Grenadiers not throwing their grenades. They had so many chances here that they could do it, and they could have just bombarded. And there you go, it's a draw. I think it came down to time in the end, not even army losses. So there you go. So yeah, that's a victory technically for the defenders because it just came down to time. And then there you go. Yeah, this is sent in by Tanzim, who was playing as the Elves. It's a 3v2, as you can see here. I don't know what the money stakes was, but I think it was relatively stacked evenly. I don't know. But the Elves have like a full stack here, which is insane. You never see that usually in a Helm's Deep scenario, like battle either. The Elves usually just like have half a stack because they're that strong. I probably would. I feel like 2 Rohans might have been a bit more balanced, and even then they would have had a really tough time to break through with the attackers. But yeah, 321 kills with Haldir here, 227 kills with the Gladrim Sword Warriors, 460 here with another sword like warrior, 285, 288. They've got some good kills. Here's Vaman Lank, 539 kills, very good for them. 369 kills with the Gladrim Spear Warriors. 654 kills with these Gladrim Spear Warriors, and they still have like plenty of troops. Shows why they should not be in choke points in Helm's Deep, because they will just kill so much. 420 kills with the Gladrim Bow Warriors, 264 with another one there. And then we have Fury playing as Rohan, 107 kills with Erkenbrand, 128 kills with the Erling Retainers, 206 kills with the Westfold Axes, 129 kills with the Guards of Mudaseld, 232 kills with the Helmingas, 123 kills here. Cav, 313 kills, 273 kills, 166 kills. Then we have X-Man playing as Isengard. Yeah, I imagine not a lot of huge kills here. 215 with a White and Storm is pretty good. Crossbows 132 kills, but yeah, nothing really huge. Then we have Oni playing as Isengard, 343 kills with Lurtz. Is very good with those archers, getting those flanking shots there. And he's got his Uruk infantry with 161 kills, 175 kills with the White and Stormers here. 352 kills with the crossbows, though. It is incredible, actually. That's a very good return. And then we have Flannel playing as the final Isengard army. Oh, you think it uses Grenadiers a little bit. 114 kills. One of them at least did. But there you go. Fair enough. The Grenadiers, I think that might have been when they throwed into that big mass. And they got like use a tiny bit of their ammo. Because I didn't see any of them use either of their ammo later on in the game. But 114 kills with them. Nearly 100 kills here with the Berserkers, 83 kills. And then, yeah, 132 kills with the Uruk infantry. But there you go, guys. That is today's Helm's Deep siege battle. If you did enjoy and want to see more Dawnless Days action, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show you support. And do check out the videos appearing on your screen now. There's some glorious ones there. But until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one.